Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and today I want to talk about the next character that is going to be released on the EU NA server. You might have heard about her. It's Dahlia 2.0. Sorry, I had to do that. It is Tessa. She's using a rapier, which some of you think it was intended to be Dahlia's secondary weapon, but now it's a whole new character, and she's also intelligence class for all of you that may want to prepare some level 100 accessories for her. I had some time to playtest her on the Korean server, but with the biggest issue being me not being able to understand a single word. So I did not read through any of these skills. I was just able to use them and observe what happens. So don't take this as any sort of guide, as any sort of review, maybe as some sort of preview, because I will just give you guys my opinion. I will showcase some of the fights that I did. However, I will do a full review once I'm able to fully play her on the EU server, so definitely check out once that is released. This one is just like some, maybe like to help you decide, I guess, if you want to play her or not, because with all of these new characters being released, you can only really gear so many of them before running out of resources, so you need to pick your main characters or your second ult, first ult, whatever it is, very carefully. I will talk about her kit today, not really super in-depth, because as I said, I might be missing some pieces. I'll be guiding you through her dungeon clear and also talk about her solo capability, because I was not really able to play her in groups. I will maybe try to talk some about it. However, starting with her kit, she has two main mechanics to play around. Both of those might be pretty familiar for you Lin players out there. The first one I'll start pretty easily are her stacks. When she uses her left click, her normal attacks, she does apply blue marks to boss enemies, stacking up to 4 times. Whenever she uses her smash ability, her right click, she turns blue marks into orange ones. Also stacks up to 4. You have your tab ability to, who would have guessed, to detonate these stacks to deal damage, increase damage if yes, the marks are orange. Okay, cool. One difference to Lin here is your tab ability also works as a sort of dodge. So it's usually that key that you press or that skill that you use to avoid incoming attacks and detonate however many stacks you have. It's not super important on Tessa to have like full stacks every time like Lin does. It's literally just there to deal some bonus damage whenever you use that skill. That's for the stack skills. However, the second mechanic is also very closely combined with that one. It's her diamonds. That's like how I'll call it. It's a second resources. Next one might have some fancy schmancy way of calling it, but for now diamonds will do. And you have 5 of those. Whenever you use your tap ability that I just mentioned, you consume 1. However, you get 1 diamond back per orange mark that you pop. So if you just hit some orange marks, you will probably or technically not lose any. There's a second way of using your diamonds. It's by using your double dash. Much like Scythe Eevee or Bell, you can dash back to back. The second one, however, will not consume stamina, but it will consume one of those diamonds, your secondary resource. Other than those 2 main mechanics, you have some active skills to deal damage, apply marks, deal damage, counter incoming attacks, apply marks, just deal damage, a bunch of like tricks up your sleeve, I guess. However, even though you have this one skill that actually counters incoming attacks, your main way is still dodging, repositioning and stuff like that. You're not a counter class. You just have like one tool, I guess, if fights get really heated, if you're being targeted a lot. As for her dungeon clear, when I started playing Tessa, I was surprised by how fast dungeons actually were with her. If you think of a rapier, you don't think of the biggest AoE skills possible or known to man. However, since your movements, your attacks are just very, very fast, you do have pretty decent dungeon clear. You just kill them one by one, but very fast. Tessa is one of those characters that feels like she has way more attack speed than she actually has, just because all of her animations are super quick, which makes her fun, like actually from the get-go, from like the first level dungeon. And I was able to test her on like 60 attack speed with level 90 gear, and that was already dude, that was already pretty insane. I can only imagine it being on like 80 attack speed with max gear or so. But finishing off the dungeon, I would rank her like actually like high mid tier. She's not to be compared with those Grimdens, Aeras, Kales, but it's fun, yeah. Let's move on to the solo play ability, because that's what I mostly did. I just grinded some season 2 raids or some season 3 raids later on once I'm level 90 to level her up, and oh boy, it was so fun. Like the only real occasion where it's is if there's like really long chained attacks. Think of like Ragnahim has like these super long chains. Hell Baylor one-hit combo is like 20 attacks long. Or maybe some stuff like the Bridget fidget spinner move, where she just hits you 5,000 times. You could dash through it and still get hit. But other than that, on enemies that just seldomly attack or give you some time in between, she's so amazing. Even if it's just like a second you have in between to do a left click, right click, dash again, you can get your diamond back and you can almost indefinitely just avoid attacks like this. Your tap ability is kind of on like a global cooldown, so it's not like a Lether where when you press the button she stops everything that she's doing. It's kind of like Sword Arisha basically. You have this mini delay, but as attack speed goes up, this time window also shortens, and I was never really having issues with this mini delay. Like, you get used to it. You just can't spam like a Lether does. You need some mini foresight, not as much as Kale, but just some understanding of the fight. But I don't think I would rate her like super OP or solo tier. I think Lether, Bella, and Fiona are still a tiny bit better. However, I think she's like right after those. Like, you can have very much fun soloing with her. And for group play, I don't see how it gets worse. It probably only gets better, because if you're not targeted, you can spend more time applying your stacks and detonating them. The only issue you have as Tessa is your range is very short. And as I told you earlier during the mechanic portion of the video, you need to apply blue marks to turn them orange. So your normal attacks have very short range. If an enemy is moving a lot, you might be missing normal attacks, which then in return makes your smash attack not apply the orange mark. However, your mobility as Tessa is insane. Like, as I said, think of like Scythe Eevee, just that technically, yeah. Maybe a bit more, because you don't just have your double dash, you also have a movement ability, much like Blitz from Dahlia, where you just dash forward. So if you double dash into this Blitz, you can close gaps as big as like half of a Baylor arena. It's crazy. And there's also a skill that buffs you for, I think, 30 seconds that makes your double dash not consume any diamonds. So yeah, I guess you can just dash for days. Overall, Tessa just feels like one of those very fast-paced characters. Super enjoyable, because there's not many animation locks that I found. It's not like a... Don't hate me for it. It's not like a Glavelin where you need to learn like 8 different combos you shouldn't be doing when being attacked. It feels super smooth. It feels pretty clean. Her damage, from what I was able to tell, is pretty big. Like, and I think there's like one, like the highest thing I did, I think, was level 90 raids with the level 90 gear, but it felt like a piece of cake. I know it's not the best content to go about. I was not able to test the tower. I wasn't high enough level. I was not allowed to join Einlacker for some reason. And as I said, group play was not possible due to nobody being interested in doing Dullahan raids with me. But I am indeed looking forward on playing her once she releases on the EUNA server. And yeah, I hope this video was like somewhat helpful to you to decide for yourself if you want to play her when she releases, if you may even want to stack up some resources for her, because I will probably do that. I will keep my free steel from the steel event to reforge her Astera weapon. By the time she releases, we also have the Astera Seal of Bravery update where you're able to buy the essences, so you have to spend even less money on the Astera weapon. It's basically literally for free. But yeah, with that being said, if you have any questions left about Tessa, feel free to spam both the comments, join my Discord, link down below in the description, ask anything that you still are wondering about. Maybe join my streams, catch me there, link down below. Just be aware that during the streams I will not be able to play Tessa most likely, so if you have questions I can answer them, I can just not showcase more of her gameplay as for now. I will be back once she's officially released, but before that I will obviously have videos talking about when her release will be. As for my expectations, May will be the most likely one. There's a small chance she'll come 1 month early on April, but I think May is the best bet. With that being said though, I hope you have a great time. Until next time. See you.